Everything I'm about to say, you already know it to be true. You are a slave. You are a slave to money, to social economics, to status, to politics, to ideology. You have sold your soul to have a place in a world order that you should naturally oppose. Struggling is not a cultural thing of pride. If you are an oppressed people, you don't sit there and create stage plays and all that stuff about how oppressed you are. You try to get out of the situation. Y'all think that this stuff is worthy of putting on a stage play to celebrate this. Like you're doing something. Look at the faces of these ladies while they're on stage. Look at them. They're all into this stuff. This stuff is not art. That is not our culture, bro. You know, when you make people indifferent to the severity of their own situation, you are not helping them. And by doing these things, you are making us indifferent to the forms of oppression that we do suffer at the hands of. You cannot make this entertainment. This should be something that you push to change. Period. End of. No way you should be sitting up there creating a stage play where you wants to sit there and put on a performance around being a slave. Something that you don't even have no connection with. The only thing you know about that is what you was told in school. Something that none of y'all grandparents told y'all about. No, nobody ever mentioned slavery. But y'all do come from slaves, y'all do know that, right? Because all blacks come from slaves. You can't, I mean, come on, people. This is a false narrative, man. And we make it popular. We push the slave narrative down our throat. Look how Brother Ali be up there debating and arguing with these pro-blacks all the time over slavery. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. That is not something to be proud of. Whether it happened or didn't happen is not even a point. The point is, it's not something you should be proud of. If you believe it happened, then you should focus on what you were before your people were captured, right? You shouldn't focus on that. You should move like a free person, a human being again, because you don't know nothing about that stuff. So your actions should reflect the way you actually live, instead of always trying to hold on to a bygone period that only exists in history books. It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense what we do. And these are our so-called influencers. These are our leaders. You think about every black influencer you got, they either one way or the other, they keep you in a sunken place. They either get you chasing money, hating on each other. We hate each other for every reason that we can conceive, man. We just can't stand each other, man. You know what I'm saying? We see no value among each other. And primarily because when we think about us, we think about struggling and, you know, slavery and all that. Nobody wants to be associated with that. Nobody wants to be affiliated with that. It creates an automatic pushback. And that's why we act the way we act towards each other. Because when we look at each other, when we think about what it means to be each other, it's distasteful. I don't look at black people and automatically think something negative. But most college-educated blacks do. Don't let them fool you. When they see their own, they can't stand it. Because their whole value system is measured by how much they can be liked and liked by whites. That's their goal. And then you get the red pill segment or the manosphere segment, it's the same thing. It is the exact same thing. The whole value system is measured by how much they can be liked and liked by whites. That's it. Look at these sisters on the stage. I bet you none of them have functional relationships with black men. I'll bet my life on it. I'll bet my life on that. None of them have productive, functioning relationships with black men. I'll bet you anything. I'll bet you. I've been around these types of women, man. I've known these pro-black types of women. I've known these conscious community types of women. And all of them right now are single. I'm talking about I was around them back in like 2000, 2001, when the stuff was just now building, when it was just growing. And right now, 23, 24 years later, them women are still single. All of them. Still single. Some of them been married multiple times throughout that period of time. I mean, they got to have some of the shortest weddings and marriages in the world, man. Guinness Book of World Records type stuff, man. Be married like 1.5 years, 1 year, get divorced, 2 more years later, get married again. I mean, it's crazy. Can't keep a man because of the way they are. And these are the kind of women that believe in this stuff. They all vote Democrat. They always sit there and tell you about COVID and stuff. Oh, and don't start cheering because on the other side of the coin, it's the same thing. It's just different. They all talk about Trump didn't commit no crimes and how Fannie Mae is an enemy and all this stuff. You know, we need to go after them. Come on. We tripping, bro. Because everything, we have replaced any love for ourselves because we too busy trying to seek love from them.
What?
We don't care about love from our own. We don't care about loving our own because our goal is to be loved by somebody else. So this is how we move. But oppression is not something to be proud of, man. Being the people that's constantly kicked on and spit on, that's not nothing to be proud of, bruh. You don't make stage plays about that. You get up and you make a change. You don't make songs about that and poetry about that. You get up and you bind with your brothers and sisters and you create some kind of safety community for yourself. Some type of enclave where you're not dealing with that stuff. But we would never do that because that enclave would have to be just mainly us.
What?
Or overwhelmingly majority us. And we can't stand to be around each other because our goals is to be like and liked by whites. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'm out of here. I'm Brother Kush, a.k.a. the Black Elf. Salam.